Hey, what up? It's Empty Space Evolves, the Ravenous Catalyst. Today, I'm going to go through one of my favorite songs of his. It's been in my top 20 off and on for over 20 years. Aesop Rock, Numb to the Guns. And it's one that for the first decade that I listened to it, there was like 40% of it that I didn't have a concrete grasp on, or it was completely open to interpretation. I was like, I could pull a bunch of things out of it, but it's one of the ones that after a decade, parts became sacred to me once I started hearing them differently, So the green is shit that I think is just breathtakingly amazing. It's just like, wow. The purple is the part that after a decade, it became sacred to me, even though it would have been what I would have edited out if I was doing like an abridged version of it. And then the white is stuff that's all open to interpretation. It's like, one of my favorite things in life is watching Aesop Rock reactions. I love it when I'm given new ideas on the song that I've been listening to for 20 years, that everybody has such unique takes on this unique art, because there isn't a right or a wrong in any of the meanings, even if he is specifically talking about, again, a childhood memory, he puts in the artistic effort to make sure that there's a lot of things that could be gotten from it. And one thing that I definitely have come to notice is that, like the pop culture references or these references to things that I don't get, somebody does. He reaches out to us out on the fringes. And so now, even when I hear something that I don't get, then I'm like, I know that it's hitting somebody in their heart the way that the things that I do get hit me in my heart. So in figuring out Numb to the Guns, we're going to listen to it first. And then we'll go through the stuff that is open to interpretation so we can see how much stuff we can pull out of it. I'm going to go and give major praise to the greens, and we'll go over my little special part right here. Before we listen to it, I'll get into that. So the Iron Fang drew 'em all loopy, real loopy. So when he extended a hand, the planet's Cujos went snoopy. In perfect syncopation, burnt to crispy critters, like synchronized swimmers in boric rivers. Poor soaked critters. Wait till you hear how he says that. It's fucking hysterical. But the Iron Fang in like role-playing games and video games is like the machine, the man, or mercenaries even. And so this thing that's been beating you down, oppressing you, finally will extend its hand, and all y'all Cujos who are just rabid, ready to tear anything apart, are going to turn into Snoopy, who is like the epitome of the most chill lapdog you could ever have. Joe Cool is his alter personality. So, and Cujo is a rabid dog that tried to eat people. So yeah, as soon as your oppressor is going to turn around and offer you support, and you're just going to become their lapdog. In perfect syncopation, even burnt to crispy critters, like synchronized swimmers in boric rivers. And boric, it's like boric acid. It causes like a deep red burning rash on you. People do die from the skin exposure to it. And I think he means that kind of burning versus like burning in a fire. It's like you're burning in an acid bath. So that's that one part. And we're just going to start from jump and freaking tear apart this ill as shit. But like most of Ace's, the first 8 bars are like a fever dream that he had when he was a kid, and he's like recalling it in his head and trying to work it out. It's totally does throw people off, like, which I used to think that, like, hey, start with the second verse. That's like, you're losing him in the first verse. And now I'm like, no, weed out as many motherfuckers as you can, because I got a spot in his bunker and I don't want there to be a bunch of dum-dums in there. So, and I don't know if you've listened to Aesop Rock on weed before, but I'm smoking out of my non-breakable freaking silicone bong that has duct tape all over it because I poked through the front of it. I'm awesome. Aesop Rock, Numb to the Guns. Let's go.
What I miss, 900 cc's of the raw and with a fist. The bum's dumb blitzed. Order in the court when I'm order chump bricks. Everybody long on the table, this point counterpoint. Aesop as the murkiest, yet he numb out the prowler oink. And after bubble gum, he's sinking to the sofa. Clicker the pilot is broadcasted choice of Cobra. The venom remains the same game of stale toxins. Gambled with the now ornamental satellite options. Whatever's good, I got this grave half dug. With Yanni covering taps to make the pain worse than it was. Playing marbles, hit by a bus. Death is sweet, hell sucks. Damien probably wishing I'd donate a fuck, but this shit's chiller than any conversation I've had in months. The Iron Fang drew them all loopy. So when he extended a hand, the planet's Cujo's went swoopy. In perfect syncopation, burnt to crispy critters. Like synchronized swimmers in border critters. Torso fritters, lick chop digging. Who dares lick a shot at pigeons? Why I oughta fast get 'em. He surf city circuits for the power and the glory. To the cowards in the quarry, you will always blink before me. It's Doc Rock full effect, campfire stories. Like I threw your mama from the train for trying to front on Porkies. He finds the garbage more inspiring than the good stuff. His ink sleeps while the military look tough. Look, I'm sorry, crooked priority list, but Mr. USA up all night's black and heart already skips. I'm about to crash this bitch to hibernate. Tell Wolf Blitzer holler at his boy when he hosts Blind Day. Spit on CNN and force the war back through the cable box. Where M1s are like stage props aimed at latest names drop. So now we ignorant, right? No, we just accept the inevitable apocalyptic syllabus. Sing along, Zucada's a chemical poison, I'm watching Bring It On. Dag nabbit, that cat's bastard. Our dead opinions and swap it out for the urges of a serpent trying to stuff it in the jam before the curtain. He's numb to the guns, thanks to the tank cans. Glued to the box like the opposites will shake hands. Enough hell for the world's hand baskets. Enough cells for the world's hand captured. Numb to the guns, now we touch buttons that'll reroute imagery. Yes, doggy, recognize the history. Yes, doggy, recognize the misery. I switch for element of surprise and demise. M16s are disco and hula hoops. Murder the fads before the fads murder you and yours. Me and mine find TNA on TNT. Pleasing to the iris, more than TNT on DNA. Oh, morbid but important. I know. Stop. More pork Mindy in this episode. Watch. PLWB, buzz over the rumbling cannons and less sandwiches. Bystander analysts went through the holy fucking shit. I'm gonna die phase. Now it's well, I'm gonna die. Let's get this barn sides raised. So when they ask what's your opinion on the war, I tell them war sucks donkey dick. What's the next score? Maybe it's his allergies, the horns and pitchforks. Dusk muskrat, elegant tusk jab, elegant bloodbath, legging it, egg I'm on television, pregnant, and medicine is born. Ketamine out, community dual glazed over blank white sockets. Looking for a heavy 7 Richter to shiver the crocs. Right about the options, Novocaine, blood work, spoon through the Loch Ness. Hostage, no shame, suck the fear of this muck. So when the nozzle hit his nostril, he don't give a fuck. After all, it's just like on TV around the clock. The thorns are real, the anger management is not. He's numb to the guns, thanks to the tank cans. Glued to the box like the opposites will shake hands. Enough hell for the world's hand baskets. Enough cells for the world's hand captured. Numb to the guns, now we touch buttons that'll reroute symmetry. Yes, doggy, recognize the history. Yes, doggy, recognize the misery. A switch for element of surprise and demise. Porshkevitz, like that. Yeah, we don't watch the war. We watch fucking bikini car wash. Shit's more amusing to me these days. Sorry if that makes me an asshole.
So like, dang, it's just so good. Like, so fucking good. It just went through the holy fucking shit, I'm gonna die phase. Now it's like, I'm gonna die. Let's get this barn sides raised. So good. So we'll go to jump. We'll try to do the first 8 bars and we're just gonna go through. And I just think it's glorious, like that he's got the skill, talent, and effort that he puts in. Basically, he's now started this like bar, where if you aren't hitting here with skill, talent, or effort, one of the 3, you're not an artist. He has said it so that art is no longer subjective necessarily, especially when you're talking about rap, because this cat is doing this shit. And like, if you're anywhere below here, you can be a performer or an act, but you're not an artist. Totally different things. And the effort is just like that he puts into his artistry is just fucking, and I don't care if you don't like rap. Exposing your brain to things put this way in these different ways allows your brain to think bigger about everything you think about from then on. I'm just, like, that's some magic shit. So first of all, what did I miss? 900 cc's of the raw in one fist. And cc's is like a measurement of capacity within, I could look it up, but it's like an engine's, like a spark, and how much it can carry, where the mortars jump bricks. And mortars are like building materials, but they're also bombs, weaponry, right? And bricks are what you build with. So this thing that's going to be a bomb and destroy you is trying to come up on these building materials. Or it's like a different building material is somebody's just trying to come up. It's a come up kid. Basically, this point counterpoint, in commencement at the Obedience Academy, which is also in my top 20, he goes through a whole counterpoint, debate. And after bubblegum, he sink into the sofa, clicker to pilot his broadcasted choice of Cobra. So the clicker's your remote control, and you're the pilot. You're cruising through whatever scenic routes you want to take, right? You're going into sci-fi. You're going to go into a drama, a romance, whatever. But they're broadcasting you just different choice of Cobra. It's all a poisonous snake. It's all this like toxic. I mean, Cobra is a malt liquor, so it's things that are toxic to you. But then he goes on to say, like, the venom remains the same game of stale toxins, camoed with the now ornamental satellite options. That's so hard to say. So it's still the same old shit, but now it's been disguised, camouflaged as this new bright, shiny package. This next part right here, this is like one of my favorite lines ever said by anybody, and anytime, forever and ever. Whatever's good, I got this grave half dug with Yanni covering taps to make the pain worse than it was. And taps is a military, at a soldier's funeral, at a military funeral. They play that on the bugle. And then Yanni is like, made elevator music a thing. Or like, you know, you like brought back elevator music. He played keyboard, but it was just like this, like an assault on your ears. Like, it was bad. So here you are, you're already burying a fellow soldier. You've lost a comrade. You're digging their grave. And you've got Yanni over here covering taps, which I can see it in both ways. It's like, because Yanni plays an electronic keyboard, which is totally different than an actual instrument. I guess a bugle is a wind instrument, right? The sound is totally different. And so if you're trying to, like, you're used to hearing it on a bugle, then like you got Yanni over here on a keyboard, really? You can't play taps on a keyboard. Or it's like this keyboardist is trying to play on a bugle, and it's like either way, like it's just making the pain worse than it was. Like, and it was already pretty freaking bad. So I think that's just like fucking so hysterical to me. Like, how do you, like, who comes up with that shit? Oh, he does all throughout every song. So, and then there's two. Damien probably wishing I'd donate a fuck, but this shit's chiller than any conversation I've had in months. What is he rhyming with months? Like, I don't see convert, no. Probably months, no. Like, what? Fuck and months? That is what it is, huh? He rhymes fuck with months. And it flows gloriously. And he's not rhyming them. He's rhyming the way he's saying them. Like, he's saying them in with that months and fuck, like in the tone that he is using is what rhymes about the words. It's almost like he could put any word in there if he says it in. That's fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. Fuck with months.
Damien probably wishing I'd donate a fuck, but this shit's chiller than any conversation I've had in months. The Iron Fang drew them all loopy, real loopy. So when he extended a hand, the planet's Cujo's went Snoopy. In perfect syncopation, burnt to crispy critters, like synchronized swimmers and border critters. Poor so fritters, slick chop digging. Who dares lick a shot at pigeons? Why I oughta fast get him. He surfs it, he circuits for the power and the glory.
So Vast is Vast Air, who is part of Cannibal Ox, and one of his tracks on Cannibal Ox was Pigeons. And then Ace just did on his latest album, 2024, or 2023, Thanksgiving, Pigeonometry. And then this whole part, I mean, I have no idea, though. Spencer Garbage, more inspiring than good stuff. He says that it's kind of a running theme through his whole entire catalog of art is like, he does find the garbage more inspiring than the good stuff. Here's what it has inspired, and here's who is trying to keep you from being inspired. This is one of my favorites too, like ever. Look, I'm sorry, crooked priority list. But Mr. USA up all night, some blackened heart already skips. USA up all night was like they'd show a B movie, like crazy, the closest thing to soft porn you could get back then, kind of thing with like aliens and the cheerleaders type of shit. And they'd play it at like 2 o'clock in the morning on the USA channel. It was hosted by Elvira sometimes, and then this chick, I believe it was Rhonda, who was sitting there on her bed in lingerie, like huge titties. And I, like, as a kid, I never, like, even blinked on her, like, wearing lingerie. And just, I mean, like, yeah, it was pretty bold. And, like, what rhymes with blackened? Like, I don't see an ack anywhere up in here. Mr. No, blackened? Like, but I know it rhymes because that shit flows so beautifully. Crooked priority list, but Mr. USA up all night's blackened heart already skips. So skips and list, they rhyme. I got that. That's a rhyme. Sorry and priority. Crooked? Yeah, crooked and blackened. He does that. He pulls that shit off because I bet you that is what the fuck it is.
Look, I'm sorry, crooked priority list, but Mr. USA up all night's blackened heart already skips. I'm about to crash this bitch to hibernate. Tell Wolf Blitzer holler at his boy when he
crash and black. He kind of does that too, like he rolls over the sound. And this, like, the more I read it, when I hear him say it and then read it, like where missiles are like stage props aimed at the latest names drop, like, and you're calling us ignorant motherfuckers, like. Yeah, where missiles are just like stage props. It's all just theatrics, you know? Wow. And so we're just going to accept the inevitable apocalyptic syllabus. Like, this shit is on the schedule. Like, did you not see? Like, it's going to happen. It's inevitable, right? That it's just going to all go to shit. Go to hell in a handbasket. Which I still want nature to, like, take us out. Like, I'd rather... There's crazy shit in nature, like volcanoes and all the plates shifting, versus us just taking each other out in civil war. Like, I'm not really down with that being what we create for everybody, you know?
So now we ignorant, right? No, we just accept the inevitable apocalyptic syllabus. Sing along, Zuka does a chemical poison, I'm watching Bring It On. Dag nabbit, that cat's bastard. I'll dead opinions and swap it out for the urges of a serpent trying to stuff it in a jam before the curtains.
No fucking idea. Like, and again, I could pull stuff out of it, but I definitely can see how you could take like 100 things from that. Okay, serpents. He has a line from Marble Cake where he's like, people that you know will be spotted eating rodents whole. And I used to think that he was talking about, like, they're going to be doing satanic rituals in people's basements, like eating rodents or something. Like, that's who they really are in their true selves. But somebody else was saying, like, oh, it's a snake. You know, what else eats rodents whole? Snakes do. And I'm like, so it's kind of, he plays around with that, you know, all animal references, but. And step it in the jam before the curtain. So it could be that you're at like a jazz session jam. You know, you're jamming out with your friends on stage, or you got yourself caught into a jam, like you're stuck in a jam. It could be jelly jam kind of shit, but before the curtains kind of focuses a little bit more. I'm not worrying about whether he's talking about, before the curtain raises or before the curtain falls, because they mean different things. It could be either one of them, and it's supposed to be any of them. Like, if you jam it in before the curtain comes up, it's totally different than if you're trying to jam it in before the curtain goes down, right? And I think he leaves it open so that it has that breadth, effort in his artistry right there. You know what I mean? And I don't even know what it is, but one of the songs in my top 3 for 20 years, Dry Spell, there's at least 3, like, lyric sections that could it be anything that I've come up with, you know, 3 or 4 things that they could be, as far as even the words he's saying, because there's not really official lyrics of Dry Spell either. So I don't know what he's saying, but I can hear him saying like 4 or 5 different things, and they all are dope. They all could fit. Yeah, they're all dope. And so even if he absolutely is saying one thing and I just don't have it on the right EQ, it still led me to come up with 5 really dope, amazing ways to look at something. there's like major return on investment of going on a treasure hunt with his shit. That's why I trust him. I trust him so much. I know every single 3-word phrase that he says somebody could get meaning out of. And then we go into this dope hook, which I love that. Enough hell for the world's hand baskets. Because like we're all going to hell in a hand basket. It's like, oh, we've got plenty of hell over here. Come on, you hand baskets. Come on, we got a place for you to sleep. You're more than welcome. There's plenty of room. That's so fucking funny. And then not so funny is the world's hand captured. Like we're caging ourselves, you know, like your own people can throw you in caves. Like that's not a cool thing.
M16s are disco and hula hoops. Murder the fads before the fads murder you and yours. Me and mine find TNA on TNT. Pleasing to the iris, more than TNT on DNA. Oh, morbid but important. Right? I know.
So that's dope because like TNA Tits and Ass on TNT channel. We like to watch that more than t.e.d, which is this like conference of geniuses in a bunch of different fields. They give these amazing talks, a lot of them on DNA, and t.e.d, it's technology, entertainment, and design. And then this part here, like you come to your cat and you're like, hey, yo, there's this morbid thing that's going on, but it's important and we got to talk about it. Like, I need to talk to you, man. This is like another one of those conversation moments to me. He's having a conversation. He's interacting with somebody else. So he's like, hey, morbid, but important. And then his friend's like, yeah, I know, whatever, stop. You're always talking about babies dying of starvation. I don't want to hear about that shit or whatever. I know it's morbid, but it's pretty important because they're right down the block. And then your friend's also like, yeah, stop talking about it, man. Just more pork mini in this episode. Watch, man. Just sit back and watch. They're going to have sex on TV right now or whatever. It's like, okay.
Murder the fads before the fads murder you and yours. Me and mine find TNA on TNT. Pleasing to the iris, more than TNT on DNA. Oh, morbid but important. Right? I know. Stop. More pork Mindy in this episode. Watch. POWB, buzz over the rumbling cannons and less sandwiches. Bystander analysts went through the holy fucking shit. I'm gonna die phase. Now it's well, I'm gonna die. Let's get this porn sides raised. So when they ask what's your opinion on the war, I tell them war sucks donkey dick. What's the Nick's score? Maybe it's his allergies, the horns and pitchforks. Dusk muskrat, elephant tusk jab, elegant bloodbath, legging it, egg I'm on television, pregnant and medicine is born.
So this too, like within the last decade, like maybe even the last 5 years, has become, so I laugh even just thinking about the shit. So like they're trying, to me too, this is kind of a back and forth where like there's this dude who's like, oh yeah, I already went through the holy fucking shit, I'm gonna die phase. We're cool. So yeah, war sucks donkey dick. You know, he's just like blasé about it, just like whatever the fuck. And then I hear these people talking about like, well, I don't know why he acts that way. I don't know why he doesn't give a fuck. Maybe it's his allergies to horns and pitchforks, motherfuckers. Because, like, yeah, this evil, wicked deviltry over here makes him so sick he got to get away from it. Like, that's what, like, maybe it's his allergies to horns and pitchforks. Maybe it's the dust muskrat, which I have no fucking idea what that means. Like, if there's a special muskrat that comes out at dusk, I don't know. The elephant tusk jab. Like, you know that when he got that elephant tusk jab when he was on safari in '88, and that's messed him up ever since, man. Like that shit, which, yeah, I definitely didn't know it said that up until like maybe 5 years ago. And it does say that. We'll listen to it, but like, maybe it's the elephant tusk jab. I don't know. He's got an attitude problem. What? Wait, maybe it's the elegant bloodbath. How about that? Is that an okay reason for him to be in his state of mind? Like, yeah, what's the next score, motherfucker? You want me to go to war for this right now? And then legging it, egg 'em on. Which legging it, you know, hokey pokey. Like you got a leg in, you got a leg out. Or if you're a leg into your race, like a leg into this journey, you know, or you got 1 foot in, you know, you like kind of maybe, but so it's time to egg him on. Like either get him to come all the way or try to make it so he's gonna take that leg out. I don't know. But television's pregnant and medicine is born pregnant. And then, because they're ketamined out, they're just like, they don't even pay attention to the jewels anymore, right? They're just glazed over that blank white. They're not even paying attention. And so we're going to need a like 7.0 earthquake to shake these shits up out their options, which Crocs here too. Like this is so fucking hysterical to me because I picture people like in their Crocs and they're just like their options. It's like, you know, you can get it in blue or green, open-toed, with a strap on the back or the strap on the, like here. And it's like, they're so caught up in the croc options, or their state or like stock options in croc company, but it could be crocodiles too. He talks about crocodile, like as far as the reptilian mind. So you're gonna have a 7.0 to shake the shit out of these motherfuckers, because they're stuck. They is stuck. I don't know. I think that's awesome. But the crocs, yeah, if the crocs are sitting there like, oh, do I want this gazelle over here, or do I want to go for this lion? What we're doing, they're talking about munching up on you or coming at you, then you need to shake them out of like looking for options and let them know, no, we're going to drop bombs on you. But Novocaine and his blood work, so probably not be into like dropping too many bombs. Spoon through the Loch Ness. Again, a thing where people be like, oh, he's just doing gibberish. Nah. And it's not because I know exactly what he means. Absolutely not. But I can think of at least like 3 or 4 different things that it could be that are all kind of fucking cool, like a spoon. Okay, my initial thought before I taken all the like Novocaine, blood work, ketamine, I was thinking of like you explore something if you're spooning through it. You're like, I don't know, yes, spooning through it. And so he was exploring like this mythical tale, this thing that's like this urban legend or whatever. But it could be with all the drug stuff, a spoon that you're cooking up your ketamine on so that you can shoot it up. And the Loch Ness is, yeah, he's so freaking high that he's going to deep dive into this untruth, this thing that doesn't matter if who cares if there's a Loch Ness monster? Like, as far as, I mean, overall with everything that's going on, like, is that a wartime issue? Are you going to die on that hill? Or like, well, we can figure it out later. Can we come back to that? But nah, he's so blitzed out that he's willing to just follow these fantastical tales, deep dive into them, you know, which I don't have to make that mean anything, but as I'm going over it, try to be like, oh, we're going to figure out the guns. I mean, I can. And then, yeah, you're basically a hostage, you know, you're so like tunnel visioned on this thing with no shame. Suck the fear out of his muck. So like out of your world around you and all the things that you're creating these little anxieties for. But so when the nozzle hit his nostril, he don't give a fuck. As far as this whole, yeah, they're just dulling you. And it goes back to your choice of cobras, you know, toxic shit. They're just going to pump right into you. Like he's not going to even blink on it. Right? Yeah, he's just going to be spooning through the Loch Ness. So that's, yeah, urban legends. Like, we've got him so distracted over here, talking about Bigfoot or whatever, that he's not even going to know. It's going to fade off because the anger management is not. All right, so I want to hear back to his allergies, because I just fucking, maybe it's his allergies. It's horns and pitchforks, bitch. Like, quit your talking shit. I love it.
Went through the holy fucking shit, I'm gonna die phase. Now it's, well, I'm gonna die, let's get this barn sides raised. So when they ask what's your opinion on the war, I tell them war sucks, donkey dick, what's the Knicks score? Maybe it's his allergies, the horns and pitchforks, dusk muskrat, elephant tusk jab, elegant bloodbath, legging it, egg I'm on, television pregnant, and medicine is born. Get I mean out, community dual glazed over blank white sockets, looking for a heavy 7 Richter to shiver the crocs, right about the options, Novocaine, blood work, spoon through the Loch Ness, hostage, no shame, suck the fear of this muck, so when the nozzle hit his nostril, he don't give a fuck. After all, it's just like on TV around the clock, the thorns are real, the anger management is not. He's numb to the guns, thanks to the tank cans, blue to the box.
Like, oh wow, it's so fucking good. Wow. And I love how he says them thorns are real instead of just like the thorns. No, them thorns are real. Like, I just think that's such a, again, these little teeny effort. Like, and it takes talent to come up with that. That's less of a skill thing. Like, cause he adds, again, he's maxing out skill, talent, and effort. And all you got to do is hit this with one of them. And you can be called an artist, but so many of you don't even fucking do that. Like, again, Drake, his lack of effort is disgusting. Disgusting with how much influence and how much, like, people would just eat his shit up. And the shit that he puts out is just disgusting. It's like corroding. Like, yeah, there's some corrosive toxin shit. It's gross. But yeah, them thorns are real. The anger management is not. Like, they is not controlling themselves at all. Like,
he's numb to the guns, thanks to the tank cans, blue to the box, like the opposites will shake hands. Put 'em up, hell for the world's handbaskets.
Shout out to the handbaskets. And it's a repeated chorus or hook or whatever, kind of, except in the first one he said opposites will shake hands, and then it was like, no, and now he's saying put them up, we were not going to shake hands before, and now we're pulling guns out. Like, So he does switch up that even, which, again, effort. Like, even if you're way crazy talented, you might not think to put that there. It doesn't take a lot of skill to put that there. It takes effort. Like, thinking of creating your art. Well, and that's why it is no longer subjective or in the eye of the beholder. It either is or it isn't. Like, and I'm not saying you got to be Aesop. He's, again, up here. But then on the grading curve, if you still use the same word and consider that a rhyme pattern, you're not an artist. And I mean, if you want to do it 4 bars, if you want to use the word baby 2 lines in a row, okay, as your ending rhyme, okay. If you want to use baby for 16 of them throughout a 40-line song, which he's giving you 3 verses. I think this one is only 2, but he has just more lines, period. And then what he gives you in each line is like condense, condense, condense. And that is kind. That is him, like, not trying to make people feel small, trying to lift people up, trying to get people to, like, reach up, you know? He's trying to elevate, for real. But effort, dude, like, that's how you are good to your fellow travelers, you know? You put in your effort to create something that it's evolutionary. His lyrics are evolutionary, not revolution. Well, he's quite the activist in his day, but yeah, numb to the guns, I guess, yeah. It's revolutionary too. And that's help for the world's handbaskets. Like, to even think of that is the talent. Like, who thinks to put something in that way, right? But it is just amazing. I could see these people just in, like, handbaskets scooping up. Hell, we're picking them up instead of apples or whatever. Like, I don't know. I can get so many different visuals because I actually was thinking of people being flown into hell in their handbasket. Like, threw a bunch of people in this handbasket. Here you go. Demons tossing them over. I mean, just a bunch of shit. It's just dope. Dope, 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 dope. And this whole thing is because I have no idea what name he says there. Fucking thank you so much, Aesop. Like, wow. Your art is why I know I'm going to die happy. Like, that I heard your art. Like, I was like, I'm going to die happy. No matter how I die. Drowning, on fire, whatever. I'm going to have this man's lyrics in my head. I don't know another artist who's put out anything even in the same, like, comparative analysis thing as this. I mean, okay, Lupe does do things that are on that level, and so again does Daylight, and they both acknowledge Aesop, and I appreciate that. Coast Contra's doing glorious stuff, but Coast Contra and Toby and Fat and the Wigway, like, are the only ones who are doing anything that even involves thought, right? And then taking these things that involve thought and turning them into masterpieces of human creativity, yeah, like things that we can be proud of. And when was the last time you felt that? It's kind of nice to have that as your water cooler moments instead of, like, the point and laugh at things. Like, that's what they want us to, that's what we've been bonding over, is, like, pointing and laughing at stuff at how ridiculous it is. I'm disgusted by, what the owners of MTV, VH1, CMT, Fuse, and BET, because it's all one company, what they have done to keep us from beauty, basically. And definitely force feed us ugly.